How's it going, Poke fans? Once again, welcome back to Pokemon TCG Center. In today's video, I'm gonna show you my top 5 GX cards so far. It has been released up to Sun and Moon. It was very hard for me to choose the top 5 GX cards, but this is my pick. So, I decided to go with the Snorlax GX in the top 5. In my opinion, it's a very good card. It can be simple tech in any deck because all 3 attacks requires just a Colress Energies. 190 HP, it's a basic Pokemon and it can also attack even if it's under special conditions. With a Fighting Fury Belt, he can have 230 HP, which means it's more than Mega Evolutions. And that's just so powerful. On the other side, Tauros Snore can go for 180. It's true that you need 5 energies, but once you can establish your Snorlax to attack for 180 each turn with, let's say, Hypno's Goodnight Babies on the bench, you can just one-hit knockout EXs up to 190 HP. Of course, if you have Fighting Fury Belt or those GXs with 190 HP, if they have, for example, Fighting Fury Belt, you can always play Rattata from your hand and remove that tool from play. And also Polarizing Pancake GX can go for 210, 220 with the Fighting Fury Belt, which is also going to be more than enough for the one-hit knockout. With Professor's Kukui, we can add 20 more damage, so that can be 210 or 240. Still not going to be enough for the one-hit knockout against those 250 GXs, but even they can be one-hit knocked out with, let's say, Ariados and Poisonous Nest. Yeah, it's too much, but in theory, we have a solution for everything. So that's the reason why I decided to go with the Snorlax GX in the top 5. Another card in the top 5 is definitely going to be a Tauros GX. Simple as a answer to the Snorlax. It's 180 HP. It has Rage and Mad Bull GX. Since the Ninja Boy is still in the format, especially in the standard, you can surprise your opponent from nowhere. Switching with a Ninja Boy or active damaged Pokemon with a Tauros GX, and then with just a simple double Colress Energy, use Mad Bull GX for 30 times the. This attack will does 30 times 30 damage for each damage counter of this Pokemon. So let's say you have 10 damage counters, it's going to be 300 damage counters. That's just insane for the Mad Bull GX. But also Rage can go for 20 plus 10 more for each damage counter of this Pokemon. It's just so powerful. With the Fighting Fury Belt, you're gonna have 220 HP. It's gonna be very hard to one-hit knock out these Tauros GX with the Fighting Fury Belt. I mean, those new GXs like Solgaleo GX. Solgaleo can, for example, one-hit knock out Tauros GX, but he needs to discard 3 energies in order to do that. It's a little bit expensive, but still very powerful. But for example, Tauros is just a basic Pokemon. It can be taken any deck. Simply with the Ninja Boy, very good and surprising tech to one-hit knockout anything from nowhere. Then in my top 5 is one evolution. It is a Umbreon GX. So I really like the Umbreon GX, and I think it's a very powerful card, and maybe even very underrated card at this moment. 200 HP Darkness type. It's interesting that all 3 GXs that I speak about have weakness on the fightings. That's interesting. But for example, Umbreon is a good card for the current meta. With the evolutions from the ancient origins, Flareon, Vaporeon, and Jolteon, Umbreon can also have 1 extra type. And with the Shadow Bullet, he can then strike for 90 or 180 depending on the weakness and snipe 30 to the bench. But with the Wide Lens, Umbreon GX also have the capability to snipe Shamans on the bench for 60, which is just powerful as hell. That Shadow Bullet is so freaking strong, and if the Umbreon GX is going to be a real deal in the standard, I can see a lot of players taking Mr. Mime in their decks with that bench barrier, so they can simply prevent the damage done to the benched Pokemons. Also, Strafe can go for 30, switch to one of your benched Pokemons. I can see pretty cool decks in the expanded with the Umbreon GX, Robust Aptitudes, and Bursting Balloons. You can just hit for 30 with a Strafe, use Burbank City Gym Poison, and retreat down to your buddy, Robust Aptitude with the Bursting Balloon, and just smile to your opponent, passing his turn, where you can just strike for Shadow Bullet and maybe knock out his Pokemon. But yeah, also Dark Hole GX can allow you to discard 2 energies from your opponent's Pokemon in play, so they can also be special energies, which is just broken. With a couple Enhanced Hammers, let's say 2 Enhanced Hammers, you can in a single turn discard so many energies. If you for example have just 1 Enhanced Hammer in your hand and your opponent have 2 basic energies and 1 special energy in play, with the Dark Hole we can simply disable him and discard all energies from his Pokemon in play. So I think Umbreon definitely deserves to be in the top 5. The other Pokemon in my top 5 is definitely Lurantis GX. Very powerful at this moment, GX in the combination with the item lock Vileplume. So with the Irritating Pollen, Vileplume can simply prevent both players from being able to play tool cards. Since we have also Forest of the Giant Plant, third one, simply Lurantis GX can be in play with the Flower Supply, and also third one, Item Lock can be in play. So if we start first with the Weakness Policy, we can also have pretty strong matchup against Volcanion EX and any other fire deck with Lurantis. And of course, with that Flower Supply, we can easily hammer to Solar Blade for 120, or even Chloricide GX for 50 times the amount of the Grass Energy attached to the Lurantis GX. Also, a couple other possible attacks with Lurantis GX. I mean, there's tons of possibilities. You can also play Lurantis with the evolutions, because it's stage 1, so for example, we can one-hit knockout anything that's going to be weak to the grass, fire, lighting, or water type. With that Solar Blade. Also, you can play it with the Garbodor and just simply shut out all abilities in play. So a lot of different options. Also, Greninja is going to be pretty good in my opinion with new Golduck, but for example, we can also shut down easily Greninja with the Item Lock, and the worst possible thing for Greninja is that new promo Giratina from the Blister Pack that can simply prevent those Jump Leather Shurikens from being used. And the last in the top 5 is going to be Solgaleo GX. That's my number 1 actually. 250 HP, Metal type. I mean, in my opinion, Solgaleo is at this moment the best GX in the format. With that Soul Burst GX. I mean, it is stage 2 Pokemon, but it can be attacked in any deck. Simply, with the Rainbow Energy, you can use the advantage of the Soul Burst GX and search your deck for up to 5 energy cards and attach them to your Pokemons in any way you like. Then you need to shuffle your deck. So you can simply search Double Dragon Energies. 4 copies of Double Dragon Energies can be searched and 1 Double Force Energy attached to your Pokemons in play. Let's say also Water Energies, Darkness Energies. I mean, any energy card can be searched and attached to one of your Pokemon in play. Also, Ultra Road is a very powerful ability. I mean, it allows you to, once during your turn, before you attack, you might switch your active Pokemon to one of your benched Pokemons. That's just insane. I mean, it's really insane. So you can switch them. You're not retreating, you're switching, so you can still retreat, which is just very powerful. And also Sunsteel Strike for 230 for 2 Metal Energies, 1 Colress. Can strike for 230, but in order to do that, you need to discard all energies from this Pokemon. In Expanded, Solgaleo GX can easily be played with something like a Bronzong, because Bronzong can easily use that energy acceleration and attach the energies to the Solgaleo. If our opponent cannot one-hit knock out Solgaleo GX, we can just simply use Max Potion, heal all damage counters from Solgaleo, turn to just Ultra Road switch, Ultra Road retreat, Power Tree energies with the Bronzongs, and then just use another Sunsteel Strike for 230 and repeat that over and over and over again. But also Solgaleo can be good in a Metal Box decks, with those Genesects and other combinations. But as I mentioned earlier, with the Rainbow Energy, he can simply be attacked in any deck, and that's just very powerful. So I hope you guys enjoy watching my top 5 GXs for the standard format at this moment with the latest release of the Sun and Moon. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more videos. Let me know what you think about my pick. Let me know what you think about my top 5. Let me know what's your top 5 GXs at this moment with the latest Sun and Moon release. Hope you will see you in the next video. So till the next time, have a nice day and goodbye.